What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to another edition of BKNY Hoops. If you're new to the channel, I'm your host, as always, Rasheed White. All right, let's get into it. You guys see the graphics. You see the actual title, The Forgotten Big. Basically saying that the media pundits out there really believe that Nic Claxton is the missing piece to, the Brooklyn Nets really kind of making some noise this year and not just being a bottom of the basement team like other media pundits out there really think. They actually believe that the Brooklyn Nets are actually one of the worst rosters in the NBA, and that's just an indictment on Sean Marks and how bad of a general manager he is. But we're gonna get into this actual story over here. It comes from, I think, Brooklyn Nets on SI, and come on, man, like, where's the journalistic integrity at, man? That's the thing, man. These guys just like sell a whole bunch of propaganda, a whole bunch of just like hype. I don't know, maybe it's the off season, there's just nothing to really talk about, so they just like throw these stories in here. Or maybe like Sean Marks is really like paying these guys off to really just get the fan base to really truly buy in. Well, this Brooklyn Nets fan is not buying in over here, man. So let's get into this actual article. Let's not waste any time. And it talks about over here, this is from Brooklyn Nets SI. Have we forgotten how elite Nets big man Nic Claxton is on defense? All right, so, just to say I'm not hating or anything like that. I was once a big, huge Nic Claxton fan. Once they actually trade Jared Allen, I didn't like the trade, of them getting rid of Jared Allen. I thought he was like, in terms of his frame, 240 pounds, 6'11", someone that's more, not, I wouldn't say a true center, right? Because he's 240 pounds, is still somewhat undersized at the center position, but it's just better than Nic Claxton's 215 pounds. So I just thought that Claxton would actually develop, and over the years, it's just like get better on offense, show some of that versatility that we've seen in college, but it just never really translated into the NBA, right? So, let's get into the actual whole meat of the article over here, man. So it says, remember prior to last season, Claxton was viewed as a perennial defensive player of the year candidate because he was one. In the 2022-23 season, he averaged 2.5 blocks per game, trailing only Memphis Grizzlies big man Jaren Jackson Jr., who took home defensive player of the year's honors that year. The feat led Claxton to land ninth in voting for the award, which gave Brooklyn's anchor leagues wide recognition. All right, see, you got to do it on both ends, man. This is not football, right? You got to actually play both ends of the basketball, right? You can't just play one spectrum. You have to be a decent, somewhat serviceable offensive player, and he's not. And I'm gonna go into the reasons why that is the case. And this is, I'm gonna show you. Like, we're gonna do some like basketball breakdown over here, basketball education, whatever you want to call it. Let's see here. All right, so now there are two likely factors that contribute to the lack of noise Claxton's name often generates. First, the Nets are bad. They're entertaining year two of a full-fledged teardown and needs time to return to contention. Not many teams will, with records under 500, manage to keep players dominating the headlines, and unfortunately, that seems for the case for Claxton. Yeah, see, Claxton needs like a superstar. Like, he needs someone that can just, like, when let's say Kay Cunningham, right? Let's say him, or Anthony Edwards, when they touch the ball, like, a secondary defender really has to come. Giannis Antetokounmpo, like LeBron James or something like that, in his prime days. I'm still LeBron, man. He averaged 25 points a game. I'm bugging out, man, last season. But, yeah, I mean, he needs something like that, because I'm going to show you, just give me a couple of minutes, I'm going to show you why Claxton is just really a horrible offensive player. He could be good, right? But I'm going to show you why that, why he's actually really bad. Okay, where were we? Okay, so it says Claxton doesn't step behind the three-point line and space the floor as prototypical big men in the modern NBA would. He may not be exciting offensively as Jokic or even Lopez, but Claxton still manages to get the job done. How? I mean, listen, we got our cheeks clapped, man. with Claxton on the floor, man. Like how he gets the job done. Listen, if you're 215 pounds, right, and the opposing guy that you're going against is 250, 260 pounds, you're not getting the job done, man. You're just not doing it. I don't understand it. We've seen third string centers like Jericho Sims have really, really good, like, efficient scoring nights on him. I mean, we have guys that average 5 points a game, right? Their season average, and Claxton can't, hold those guys or like keep those guys lower than that. So if someone averages 8 points a game, as a good defender, you want to give them to like maybe 5 points a game or 6 points a game. We've seen third string centers, right, that barely get no playing time, really average 12, well, not average, but get 12 to 14 points when they're averaging 4 or 5 points a game. So that's not really getting it done, man. You're a liability out there. It says, so with the addition of Michigan product Danny Wolf at the power forward spot, who is an excellent rebounder compared to 2023 first rounder Noah Clowney, the paint could be wide open for Claxton to dominate in 25 and 26. So let me show you why Claxton just can't dominate, right? And this is really more of a size issue right here. Hold on, let me get this over here. Okay, right? So imagine this is Claxton right here, right? Let me just get this here. Hold on, let me pull up the actual bill. All right, so this one is actually Brian Scalabrine right here. He's taking on, like, college, like, D1 players. It was high school basketball players at the time. And let me show you the reason why Claxton just can't dominate. Let me play the video. All right, you see the bump right there? Right? You see the actual bump? Claxton can't do this, all right, against the guys that's guarding him, especially at the centers and power forward positions. You got to be physically stronger, right? And you see the type of separation and the space that Brian Scalabrine gets, right? We've seen Claxton on numerous occasions try this, and to no avail. He doesn't get the separation that he wants, and guys are like right there in his airspace, being able to challenge him, and he doesn't really get clean looks off, man. It's sloppy, right? This is the problem right here, man. I'll show it to you one more time. Let me see. This is the problem with Claxton right here. You got. No, I think it wasn't this possession. It was the next possession. Yeah. See, right there, and that's legal, man. Because, like, normally if you extend your arm out, referees could call that. But if you actually just use your elbow, right, like use your elbow like that, your forearm, the refs aren't calling that. So Claxton just can't do this. He could. I mean, he has it in his repertoire. He tried, right? It's not like he can't, but he just doesn't have the physical strength. He's 215 something pounds. And he doesn't, like, shoot the basketball extremely well to really, like, draw the guys out. So if he can't get the bumps like this, then he should be able to shoot the 3-point, like, at least have a good 17 to 19 foot, mid-range shot, to actually, get your defender off balance. So, and it's been 6 years. Claxton hasn't really worked on his game. And you can go out there, you can go do some regular form shooting, try to like 12 feet, like right in front of the rim, just try to make like 25 or 30 something shots in a row. And within 6 or 8 months, of consistently doing it, you'll have a good mid-range shot, a good 17. I'm not saying you're gonna be pulling up off the dribble, but at least from a catch and shoot perspective, you'll actually be able to develop that within 6 months of, like, just doing it for like an hour a day. And that's something that's really doable. It's not like you're working on your 3-point shot and you need rebounders, you need guys to actually go and get you the ball. You need 2 or 3 guys if you really, really want to be good. But this is a waste over here of time, and I'm sick and tired of the media lying to the actual fans, right? One of the reasons why I really started this channel, because I was just tired of the media pundits just straight up gassing people. And I don't know if that is an organizational thing to try to get you to buy in. Sean Marks really just justifying like this type of contract right here that he gave Claxton, because like I said, it's just been he hasn't developed at all. Nothing. The same player since he got into the NBA, man. Free throw shooting. Even if you put like a superstar next to him, that only can go but so far. You know, I can go deep into the rotation. Foul Claxton, right? We seen him in that playoff series against Boston. He shot like, was it 0-for-11 in that series? He was unplayable, right? And he hasn't worked on his free throws. Again, this is something that easily can be done, right? You don't need much, just have someone teach you the correct form on how to shoot the basketball. And but like the media just straight lying to people, man. They trying to get you to buy in, and it's not working for me. I'm here to tell you guys the truth over here, man. All right, so what do you guys actually think of Claxton? Could he actually make some sort of resurgence defensively, like when KD and Kyrie was here? If anything, he's a good help side defender, I guess. But like even with guards, if you got guards like Donovan Mitchell that can explode through contact and dunk on 250, 260 pound power forwards and centers, that's one of the things that supposedly make Claxton really good. His ability to actually guard the perimeter, like defenders like that. But he ain't guarding Cade Cunningham. You ain't guarding Donovan Mitchell. You're not guarding the elite guards out there, man, on wings. All right, so like, comment, subscribe. Certainly share this video. When you share, the universe certainly shares back with you. Peace.